Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to Lejeune Hall as we get ready for some water polo action, the start of the season officially, though we've already gotten a few matches underway. I'm Dave McHugh. It's the Naval Academy playing host to the Navy Open, and in this matchup coming up, Navy will be playing host to Gannon. Match is supposed to start at 2:15. We're going to get a little bit of a later start. The previous match between Mount St. Mary's and Occidental went to overtime, with Oxy getting the win over the Mount 12-10 in OT. Earlier today, Navy got its season underway with a 13-9 win over Salem here at Lejeune. In the meantime, Gannon, which played over at Scott Natatorium, got past Johns Hopkins 19-18. So Gannon came out all systems firing against the Blue Jays, pulled off 19 goals. Navy with a more average 13, to say the least. One of three matches Navy is playing today. They will wrap up the Navy Open Day 1 event here at Lejeune, scheduled for 6 p.m. I have a feeling it might be a little later than that. Navy will play host to who we just watched, the Mount St. Mary's. And then Navy's got two more tomorrow, starting at 9:15 a.m. We'll be here for that against Biola. And then they will wrap up with the penultimate match here at the Navy Open against, who we just watched as well, Occidental. That's at 3:30 tomorrow. But again, coming up, it is Gannon versus Navy. We'll take a break. When we come back, get you ready for this one. No.
I'm Daba Fafana, and this is a Student Athlete Spotlight.
Daba, you play the cello. How long you been doing that for?
I've been doing it since 5th grade, so it's been a while. I like to play some pop pieces sometimes, like kind of renditions of, like, for example, Rihanna played Stay for the talent show, but then sometimes I'll get into some classical things like Bach's First Cello Suite, you know, that kind of stuff.
Who's your favorite football player?
Favorite football player ever is Bo Jackson, because he's a freak of nature. Like, he could play baseball, he could play football, and do them both at the highest level. You know, ran a 4.12 or a 4.13, he says sometimes, but he's just a freak of nature.
What's playing in the headphones before a big game?
A lot of NF. So Intro 3 by NF is my go-to song, just because of the beat. I love it. Yeah, a lot of NF and some like calm songs too, just so I'm not getting like super hyper and I can stay focused. You
interned at Walter Reed Medical Center this summer. What was that like?
It was really cool. I got to shadow with general surgery most of the time, and I got to go a little bit into neurology and orthopedics too, and it was really cool. Got to see a lot of surgeries, got to talk to a lot of physicians and their experience in military medicine, and very informative, and it only furthered my interest into doing military medicine. Well, the dream is to do medicine, hopefully go into orthopedics and specialize in sports medicine, but I mean, come this month we'll figure out if I get the Med Corps service selection or not.
What would you say your spirit animal is?
Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna say a tiger, because when I was younger, some people would call me Tiger.
Dream vacation?
Definitely Hawaii. It's been Hawaii for a long time. Never been there. I've always wanted to experience it, but yeah, definitely Hawaii.
If you could have lunch with anyone in the world, living or dead, who would it be?
Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Always.
What would you talk about?
Ooh. That's a loaded question, because there's a lot I could talk about with him. I mean, I'd ask him a lot of different questions. You know, there's some biblical tensions sometimes between different parts of Scripture, so I would definitely ask about those. And I would also ask him when he's coming back.
What is your favorite Navy football memory?
I'm going to go with beating UCF, because we were going into that game very underrated. You know, UCF was ranked at the time. I think they were ranked like 18th or 17th or something like that. And we go into their house, beat them in an electric environment, and it was really cool celebrating with my teammates. And I had a pretty good game too. It was awesome.
If there were a movie based on your life, who would play you?
Hopefully The Rock. The Rock with hair, I guess. I don't know. Maybe the older Rock. I don't know. Hopefully.
What else am I missing?
Growing up, my two best friends were my sisters. We've been through some hard stuff together, and they are the closest people to me. They helped develop me as a man, develop me in who I am, and I wouldn't be where I am without them in my life, the Lord putting them in my life. Yeah, And I just want to thank them for everything that they've done.
Welcome back to Lejeune Hall, here on the campus of the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. We thought our previous match was over, still playing the last bit of overtime between the Tigers of Occidental out of California against Mount St. Mary's, the Mount out of Emmitsburg, Maryland. It is 13-10 Oxy. We will be getting to the Gannon Navy match after this, but these two still fighting it out. It was an incredible comeback by Occidental, scoring 2 goals in the final 45 seconds, including a penalty shot with just seconds on the clock to tie this one. But it's been all Oxy, 13-10 here in overtime. Occidental actually under a new head coach this year in Lindsay Garcia, the Cal State Northridge graduate of 2019, had been an assistant at Caltech for 5 seasons. She actually grew up in the Eagle Rock area of Los Angeles where Occidental is located, so she's kind of coming home. Took over both the men's and women's programs. Earlier today, actually the first match for both teams as I look at it, Occidental and Mount St. Mary's getting things underway. So Garcia looking for her first collegiate coaching win. If they can hold on for the next 52 seconds with a 3-goal lead, they've got possession. Of course, the possession clock down to 20, so they've got some time to waste. Again, coming up next, we'll have Navy against Gannon as the Navy Open continues. It'll be the first set of second-round games here today in a match or an event that is taking place here at Lejeune and at Scott Natatorium on the campus of the Naval Academy. Not that we don't have enough going on this weekend. We got, of course, football playing Temple later this afternoon, and it's Parents' Weekend. 20 seconds left in this overtime period. Oxy looking for its first win of the season. And the Mount looking to try and come back, but in 14 seconds, not going to be able to score 3 goals. This will be a Tigers victory. And the team out of Los Angeles and the Southern California Inter Athletic Conference will get the victory here over the Mount as Navy's swimmers ready to enter and get going. A match that was supposed to start at 2:15 will be closer to 2:40, 2:45 before we get underway between Gannon and Navy. I'm Dave McHugh. Welcome in on this. We hope you'll enjoy it as much as we will as these two programs face off. Gannon, located up in Erie, Pennsylvania. The Knights will start warming up here against Navy. Navy last year was 21-6. They're 18th ranked in the preseason polls. They were 9-3 in conference play, 8-1 here on the Naval Academy. Can't say 8-1 necessarily here at Lejeune. They do end up sometimes playing a few at Scott, though they've moved primarily as making Lejeune their primary home due to decent crowd sizes they get for matches. Navy actually starting the season with these 5 games in the Navy Open over the course of 2 days against Salem, Gannon, Mount St. Mary's, Biola, and Occidental. Then they will not return home for a match until the end of October in conference play against George Washington and Mount St. Mary's, and then Bucknell, all in a row. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 25th, 26th, and 27th. They will actually finish the season playing 7 of their last 8 games at home, and they will host the conference playoffs starting in late November. So while they'll play 5 here and then they'll play a whole mess at home, they will have to go through playing road and neutral games in the meantime, to the tune of 16 straight. So Lejeune may look foreign to them by the time they get back here, as both teams get to warm up, as we mentioned. Gannon, in the meantime, again had a battle earlier today against Johns Hopkins. They won 19-18. They, after today's match, will have one more here at the Navy Open. They'll take on Mount St. Mary's tomorrow morning at 10:30. Then they're at the Salem Open for 4. Interesting enough, they'll play Mount St. Mary's again and Johns Hopkins again. Then they're at Bucknell before finally coming home and playing at home on September 21st as part of the Erie Invitational. They'll play Connecticut College, Washington Jefferson, Wheaton, Illinois, and Penn State Behrend. And then they'll be at home for the WWPA Erie Classic. So they'll play a lot more home games in the middle of their schedule, whereas Navy will play them on the bookends. Again, part of a huge event here at the Navy Open. 12 matches here today, 4 of them over at Scott Natatorium, the other 8 here at Lejeune. And again, we're already a little bit delayed here as we're approaching 30 minutes from when we were planning to start this one. 9 more matches take place tomorrow with just 2 at Scott Natatorium. So quite an event here on the Academy grounds. Gannon's team originates rather from all over Europe. Spain, Hungary, also the Bahamas, Hungary again, Ohio, and certainly represent in the United States, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Washington State, Florida, California, Illinois, Utah. But they also have, again, as we mentioned, Spain, Hungary, the Bahamas, Serbia, Greece, France, as they will mix it up. That's not uncommon in the sport of water polo, which is huge in Europe. If you watch the Olympics, a lot of the Eastern European teams are dominant in the sport. Serbians, Croatians, etc. Of course, that's not something that is common for Navy, being that it's Navy. They're going to recruit from the U.S., so most of their lineup comes from California. Also a sprinkling of Pennsylvania, Washington, Texas. Of course, one from right down the street in Annapolis, Maryland, Connor Cashman, and Florida as well. Liam McInerney, the captain of this squad, also from Annapolis. 8-minute periods for 4. We play 4 quarters, 8 minutes each, with a 5-minute overtime. I don't know, maybe we get rid of the overtime, help get back on time. Teams will switch sides in each quarter. You start each quarter with a sprint, meaning each team is on the end line. The ball is thrown into the middle, and it is a race to the middle to get the ball. First team, obviously, to get it has possession. You have a 30-second shot clock that you must shoot within. If there is a common foul, that clock is not reset. And the common fouls are what you're going to hear a lot of. You're going to hear a lot of whistles in the background. And just a small pause in the action to let the foulee get distance from the fouler. But if there's an exclusion, meaning the infraction is deemed enough to have the defender, usually, exit the pool for a short period of time, then that shot clock will be reset in those occasions. And obviously, if it is a big enough infraction, especially near the goal, it will be a penalty shot instead. If you're new to water polo and you're wondering, we are in an 8-foot pool in terms of depth, meaning there's no way to touch the bottom, but even if you could, you're not allowed. So it's a lot of treading water. Navy will be wearing the blue caps today. Gannon will be in the white caps. as we'll get ready to get things started here momentarily. Again, 8-minute periods. If they are tied, as we just saw at the end of regulation, at the end of those 40 minutes, we will play 2 3-minute overtimes. If you're curious about the numbering, goalies wear number 1. And if they go to a backup goalie, you'll see A, B, C, D, whatever on the side of their cap. So the primary goalie wears 1 and the rest wear A, B, C, D next to the 1. And then for the most part, most talented players are the lower numbers, so 2 through 10, let's say. But that doesn't always hold true. Navy's ready to go. They are lined up on the lane line along the goal line. Gannon, in the meantime, is going to have another conversation out of the pool before they get guys ready and into the pool. Well, once again, welcome to Lejeune Hall, campus of the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. I'm Dave McHugh. This broadcast, thanks in part to the hard work of Matt McMahon, who has nothing else to do. Again, you're going to hear a lot of whistles in the background. It's literally another language. The tone of a whistle, how many there are, the ups and downs, it is literally a language used to communicate. We will get things started. The sprint is underway. Ball is into the middle. Official decides to choose to go to the short side. And Navy will control to get things started. In goal, interesting enough, they're going with Jack Rodoni, the freshman out of San Francisco, California. And immediately a foul in front and exclusion. So Navy gets a reset on the shot clock and a man advantage. Looking to take advantage of said opportunity with the extra man. Being patient, shot from distance, deflects and goes in. Orion Irwin gets it. The freshman out of Encinitas, California, gets the first goal of this one and makes it a 1-0 lead for the Mids. As it happens, the team that was scored against will start with possession. So Gannon has possession here. The Knights again in the white, looking to try and knot this up on their first possession of today's match. Having time, way too much time, and misses as it's deflected out of bounds. That was Nick Foros Lanzitas with the attempt. Shot up, save, and it hits the overhang. So it'll be a Navy possession off the absolute rocket of a shot from Kiefer Black, the sophomore from San Diego, California. He's the one to watch for this Navy squad. One of the top goal scorers returning. Of course, for Navy, it's all about who they lost in cage as they turn it over here on the offense. We'll talk more about that as time goes on, as we've played almost 2 minutes of this first quarter. 1-0 the lead for Navy. Gannon's second opportunity, forcing it in front. Navy collapses on defense, foul called. So Gannon will restart outside. Shot and another save. That shot coming from Alexandros Kotsar. Gannon will restart. Of course, the shot on goal means the shot clock resets. Opportunity from the wing, shot high, did not touch anybody on the way in. Lanzitas with another attempt. Navy gets it back, trying to break out. Quickly up the pool, and then turned over. It didn't quite get enough to Connor Cashman. Breakaway the other direction, and another save. The freshman coming up huge. Madoni with a couple big saves early in this quarter. Another save, point blank for Gannon, but the follow-up goes. 2-0. In traffic, Billy Zeck able to not only get his shot back off the rebound, but find a home, and Gannon calls timeout. As we have not even played 3 minutes, they're down 2-0, and they just gave up an easy one in front of their own cage. Kids looking for a great way to celebrate your birthday? Have your party at a Navy sporting event with the Bills Birthday Party Package. Your special day could include a pregame party featuring treats from Chick-fil-A, Fisher's Popcorn, and Nothing Bundt Cakes, as well as game tickets, a video board recognition, and a lot more. For more information, give us a call at 1-800-US4-NAVY. So Navy out to the 2-0 lead. Again, got the win earlier today against Salem, 13-9. Gannon getting the win over Johns Hopkins, 19-18. Just tuning in, you have not missed a lot, as this match started about 30 minutes late on the timing schedule, due in part to the game prior to them going to overtime. That said, I have a feeling we don't have it on the docket, but I think a couple of games earlier also went long. What happens when you have 19 matches in 2 days using 2 facilities? It's going to be a tough timing. 5:22 left to go here in the first. Navy up 2-0. Both teams get 4 timeouts, I believe a half. We'll confirm that in a bit. Gannon has used their first. So Gannon's got possession, looking to try and get on the scoreboard here. They've got it on the corner goal line. A little foul there. Give Gannon the restart, but the shot clock's down to 10. Navy is swarming defensively. Another touch foul called with 8 seconds on the possession clock. Under 5 to play, Navy gets it back. We'll see teams when they're running out of time on the possession clock just toss it into the corner to force the opponent to go get it. In front, Navy, shot, goal. That one was Maddox Gary. The assist coming from Austin Kahn, and Navy's got a 3-0 lead. Gary, the freshman out of Oceanside, California. And Austin Kahn, the freshman out of San Diego. 3-0 now. Mids up. Gannon still looking for some offensive success. Wanted a foul called there as Freiburg felt he was dunked under by Kahn. The officials did not see it the same way. So back to Navy. 4:10 to play, opening quarter. Kahn plays pass and gets it back. Sekulik with the shot and the goal. So Sekulik gets his first of the match, and Navy out to a quick 4-0 lead, as Gannon's defense so far allowing both goals from distance and goals up close. Maybe going with some subs. Subs can happen on the fly. They can happen on stoppages. They usually happen on stoppages. Navy with a larger bench than Gannon. Official pointing to both teams. Hey, do you see the white line? You got to, mainly to Gannon, you got to back up. I think Gannon guys were lining up with the official, not the white line. There's A white cone on the near side, and the lane lines have the white in the middle as well. And now a foul called on Gannon in the middle of the pool. Gives it back to Navy. Not only is Gannon struggling to score, turning it over in inopportune times. Ooh, Gannon tried to get cute there. They left Kotskar down at the offensive end, and Navy is going to pull a guy out to make sure he doesn't get a breakaway. And another foul on Navy. Now Gannon going with too deep, and it gives Navy plenty of space to work from. And Matt, my Prasarsuk able to get his first of the match. My Prasarsuk out of Villa Park, California, has a goal. That was interesting. Gannon not only had one out, then they pulled Kotskar out. Well, that was the first one they pulled out. Then they pulled another guy out, forcing Navy to pull two of their guys out to go back on defense. But really it gave Navy even more room to work with. A lot of pressure here. Skarahy was forcing it well down pool. And now pulling and tugging at the middle of the pool is going to give Navy a mini breakout, and they score. Gary with his second. It came from Bartlett, the freshman out of Newport Beach, California, and it is the underclassman for Navy taking advantage of this out to a quick 6-0 start in the opening 5 minutes of this contest. If you're Navy, you've got to be thrilled, because on a day like today where you're playing 3 different matches, everybody's got to contribute. And to start this second one, the freshmen are showing their worth. Gannon continuing to not find anything offensively. Trying to draw fouls and exclusions. Have not been able to get any exclusion, and he turned it over. Gary up ahead to Clark. Clark swimming with it, goes to the backstroke, looking for teammates. He'll cross over to the near side. Heller has it. Up top now to Williams. Williams far side, back to Clark. Clark to Williams. Williams swims in. Time down to 2 seconds. Shot off the crossbar. First time Navy has kind of missed its target. They've either hit the goalie or the back of the net on everything but that shot. 2 minutes to play, opening quarter. Navy in control. Pass in front, opportunity here. Trying to go with the floater. That shot coming from Dylan Shaw. And he hits the crossbar back to the academy. Under 2 minutes to play, opening quarter. Navy again in the blue caps. Pass near side. Clark's got it. He throws it in front. They're going to draw a foul on Navy, interesting enough. As Gary, he lost his cap there, but they said he was pushing on the defender. And so it goes back to the Knights. Another foul, trying to chase down the ball in the corner. Another one in front. Gannon down to 10 seconds on the clock here and can't find any distance. Shot from distance, and this one goes off the post, off the goalie, and in. I believe that was Freiburg. He fired the shot. It got past Radoni, hit the post, and then went off Radoni's back. So Gannon gets his first of the contest with 66 seconds left to go. Opening quarter, 6-1 the lead for the Mids. as Gannon goes with several subs here. You can see the exhaustion from many of them. You can hear the goalies call out. When the team's on offense, the goalie will call out the clock. On defense, he's obviously calling out what he needs from his defenders. You can hear Rodoni calling out the clock. In front, can't get to it is Heller, and turnover back to Gannon. 33 seconds left. They're going to have to shoot, and Navy might get it back for a final shot before the end of the quarter. They wasted half the clock there. 18.6 seconds to go in the quarter. And now another offensive foul called on Gannon in front of the goal. Gives it back to Navy. They have no reason to score, but I have a feeling they wouldn't mind. It's been a few minutes. Bringing it up is Black. 6 seconds left on the clock. Ball will go out of bounds. No foul called. There's a clash of 12s there. Heller couldn't hold on as Volant played defense from behind. Long distance shot is well off target as the quarter comes to a close. Navy comes out strong, scores 6 goals, 3 of them in the opening 5 minutes. Correction, 4 of them in the opening 5 minutes. They've got a 6-1 lead at the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break, bring it back to Lejeune Hall, and more water polo action here on the Naval Academy web streaming services.
This algorithm, it's almost guaranteed a touchdown every time.
When he compares telemetry to throwing a perfect spiral, it's just incredible.
Right? So we're all having a lot of fun right now, but don't forget it's hustle.
I don't know how he explains rocket science with just X's and O's, but he's good.
Well, he's one of our veterans, so he has a lot of experience.
Does that mean that he was in the military or that he's been with the team a long time?
And they're gonna do like a banana.
Yes.
Algorithm, right? Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but well, actually I am.
Lejeune Hall as we get ready for second quarter action between the Naval Academy and Gannon in men's water polo action. I'm Dave McHugh. A little late start to this one in case you're tuned in wondering if we should be second half already. We're getting ready for second quarter. Navy, of course, under head coach Louis Nicolau, the Navy grad of 92. Rumor has it best class ever, I think was what I was told. Nicolau, who was a head coach at Princeton for 15 seasons, is now in his 7th here. Sorry, he's at Princeton for 20. Now in his 7th season here at the Academy, hoping to bring back the glory of Navy water polo, who has not been to the NCAA tournament since 2008, when that was a stretch of 3 straight that year. They are building off of a 21-6 campaign last season. In the national rankings at 18, I think if you were to talk to Coach Nicolau, he would tell you he feels this team deserves to be in the top 10. He thinks they have enough reasons, including returners, to be able to do that. But of course, they're making up for the loss of one of the best goalkeepers ever in Navy history, in Caden Capobianco. He played in 23 games last season of the 27 that they played, saved 237 at a clip of 56%. He also led the team with 52 steals, whereas the leader in steals not named Capobianco was Kiefer Black, of course, sophomore on this team. He had 32 last year. As we get started with the second quarter, this Navy team already the win today, earlier action against Salem, looking to go 2-0 in a day they will play 3, and the freshmen so far coming up big. They are starting Jack Rodoni in goal, and they get once again the sprint win and will go to work, looking to extend their lead back to 6. They got up 6-0. Gannon got a goal late in the quarter. Forced in front, opportunity, scrum, and they lose it. Nice work there from Alvaro Marco, who's the goalie and co-captain on this team, stealing it away from Billy Zeck. And once again, turned over by Gannon on offense in the other direction. So Navy will get it back. Interesting note on Rodoni. He comes in with Ryan Munch as the two freshmen. Jack Hightower, the junior, is the lead goalie. But Sandho and Hendrickson have certainly some experience. They each played 8 minutes last year. Not many are going to get time against Capobianco as Navy will throw it in the corner to turn it over. 6:45 to go here in the second. Navy turns it over on a shot clock violation. 6.5 to play. Gannon looking for their second if they can. Gannon and the Whitecaps going right to left. Ooh, a little skipper there. Tried to get a deflection. Not a bad idea. They will call it a shot and reset the shot clock as it forced Rodoni to make a play. Up top, shot, well high, and out. Ball will deflect right back into the pool, appropriately enough. And we'll get a timeout here with 6:19 to play in the quarter. Timeout charged to Navy. They got 3 left in the half. The Kids Shipment Club is the official Kids Club of Navy Athletics. For just $25, your membership includes exclusive gifts, free tickets to Navy sporting events, a birthday card from Billy the Goat, and a lot more. To register, visit NavySports.com. Hey, Navy Volleyball is hosting the Kristen Dickman Invitational all weekend long. Join us at Wesley Brown Fieldhouse as we host UC San Diego. Correction, they host Cornell tonight, starting at 7 o'clock. It's sure to be an exciting weekend at Navy Volleyball hosts their first home matches of the season. And remember, fans, all Navy Volleyball games are free to attend. We'll be there, Matt and I, 7 o'clock tonight for the battle against Cornell. The Big Red. In just the 5th all-time matchup between those two programs, they have not faced each other since 2007. And that matchup was in Washington, D.C., believe it or not. Coming out of the timeout, Navy kind of gotten a little bit of a lull there offensively. Have not scored in a while. I have a feeling Coach Nicolo was wanting to get the guys a little more focused. Of course, it's been the all-freshman show so far in this game. We'll see how they come out of the timeout. Black, the sophomore's got it. Pass in front, opportunity, collapsed the defense. That'll be an exclusion. Navy will have the advantage, and they quickly take it. Quick pass in front to Siebold. He gets the goal, the assist coming from Black. So Navy's got the 7-1 lead, scoring coming out of the timeout and taking advantage of their second exclusion opportunity, which puts them a man up. Again, you'll hear a lot of whistles in the background for common fouls, like that one, which is just a reset for the offensive team primarily, though sometimes, as Gannon showed today, can go the other way, as they just showed there. Little push-off called that time in front of the cage. You may have heard Coach Nicolo in the background. Coach Nicolo wanting them to get to the ball a little faster and get in transition and not let Gannon get back defensively. Shot, goal, Black. First one of the game. And Navy with 2 quick goals up by their largest lead by 7 at 8-1. Gannon with possession. Navy with that full pressure. They are not hanging back and letting the Knights get into the offensive end. They're making them work it. Toss to the near side. Foul called on Heller as he defends against Kotzkar. Kotzkar will pass it off to McGarry. McGarry to the far wing. And a float shot there from Bordet. Navy turns it over. Black with it, swimming down, no pressure on him. Throws it in front, opportunity. Still there, and they will draw an exclusion. It looks like that's going to go against Lanzitas. He is out. Navy with another chance with the extra man, and Kiefer finds it back to back. He's got two. And another timeout called by Gannon, their second of the half, as their defense is giving up 3 straight to Navy after stymieing for a little bit of time. And Navy football tickets are on sale now. Don't miss any of the excitement at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium this fall as they host 4 more home contests in Annapolis. Actually, I think it's 3 more. For tickets, call 1-800-US4-NAVY or visit NavySports.com. The point is, time is running out, so hurry up. Speaking of tickets, join us for one of the best traditions in college basketball this November 8th as we host the 11th Annual Veterans Classic. The event will begin at 6 p.m. between Boston College and VCU, followed by an 8:30 meeting between Navy and Harvard. Once again, for tickets, call 1-800-US4-NAVY or visit NavySports.com. We are almost midway through the second quarter. 4:39 left in the second. Navy in control 9-1. Gannon scored late in the first quarter. Navy led 6-0 and now 9-1. I'm Dave McHugh. We've got 3 of these matches of Navy on the docket for web streaming. This one today, 2 more tomorrow. We'll be here bright and early for the 9:15. Promise you there'll be plenty of coffee. Might even have to resort to the donuts for tomorrow. I don't know. It's a tough call. It's either the Dunkin' Donuts run on the way here or the free biscuit sandwich from McDonald's. I'm not sure which I'm going to go with. Maybe double down and do both. I don't know. My gut doesn't need more. Navy gets a turnover coming right down Main Street. Opportunity. Pass to the corner. Shot and a goal. Making it look easy. Khan gets the goal for the assist. Knocking it off is Sekulik. Sekulik walked right down Main Street. Had plenty of time, then pass it off to Khan, and the Pennsylvania-California hookup makes it double digits for the Mids at 10-1. Mids again with that really aggressive defense, and they get a turnover. Stolen away off the tip from Gary, up ahead to Khan. Khan on a 2-on-1 with his teammate. Gonna make this easy. He picks it up. Does Khan? He finds the back of the net. The assist coming from Williams as they played a back and forth there, and the two of them hook up again for the second in a row. And Navy putting the pressure on again. They're up 11-1 after the timeout. They have scored 5 straight on 5 possessions. 2 of them with exclusions. And Gannon again unable to find the center of the pool. The Knights have struggled to find their offense as well today against the Mids. Oh, I don't know if that was a pass intended to go in front or not. Oh, Navy's going to get called for a foul in transition here. It's going to go back to the Knights. But on that previous one, it looked like it was a pass intended to go into the middle as Navy gets called for its first exclusion of the match. And in turn, it ended up on goal. And luckily, Rodoni was on top of things, but he can't stop that. Gannon with its first exclusion opportunity. And Victor Valant takes advantage, picks up his first goal of the match, and the second for Gannon today. So a turnover at mid-ice. Sorry, mid-ice, mid-pool. For Navy turns into an exclusion and a goal for Gannon. Navy restarts. 3:10 to play here, second quarter. Bartlett with it for Navy. Passes it off. It's a snap. Back to Bartlett. Back to snap. Back to Bartlett. Back to snap. Snap shot. Deflected. It's going to be my new favorite call. Snapshot. 2:52 left. Snap out of Los Altos, California. Utility freshman. Henry Williams has it for Navy. Back to snap. Now they'll try and force it in front. And can't get to it as McNew. And so a turnover back to the Knights. Gannon looking for some kind of momentum if they can here. Will transition into the offense with under 2.5 to play in the half. Nice pass in front and a goal. That's the first time Gannon's been able to string them back to back. Goal scored by Markovic. The assist coming from Lanzitas. Petar Markovic with the tally. Markovic out of Belgrade, Serbia. Lanzitas, in the meantime, out of Athens, Greece. Gannon makes a couple of subs. Navy will restart, having given up their first back-to-back goals of the game. Lead down to 8, leading 11-3. Up ahead to Bartlett. Bartlett force in front. Nobody there as Garahy was underwater. Now Navy called for a foul in transition. Gannon quickly down the pool. I think they've got an exclusion, in fact. They do have an exclusion. Have an opportunity here with the extra man to try and put 3 in a row. Up top now to the wing. Can't hold it. Shot, though, and finds the back of the net. As that one is from Valant for his second straight. The pass coming from Ramund Farshong. And the Knights have put 3 in a row and cut the deficit to 11-4. So just after Navy rattled off 5 straight themselves, Gannon has found some answers to their questions and have put 3 in a row themselves. That was another exclusion goal. They've scored 2 now out of 3 so far this quarter. Just over 90 seconds left in the second. Navy looking for the momentum back. Black back on in the pool. Pass, shot, goal. Garahy his third. Temporarily brings the Gannon run to a close, and Navy back up by 8. Louis Nicolau, the head coach again for Navy in his 7th season. 90 wins here at the academy, closing in on his 100th. Likely will do that early in the road schedule after this event. Shot and a goal. What a shot. Markovic, who had Williams all over him. Correction, it looks like that was Siebold who was all over him. Somehow finds the back of the net and gets it past Ordoni. Deficit now 7, 12-5 Navy in the lead. As we approach the final minute of this half, there will be a 5-minute halftime before we will restart this match. Black on the near corner, passes it up to Roy Began, who's into the match, a 6-foot junior out of Bakersfield, California. He switches positions with Black and will get it back, Will Began. And forcing it in front, it's a turnover. Tried to get it in front to Heller, and it didn't work out. 31 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Another foul on Navy. Gannon trying to play that retreating game again. They're keeping their own offensive player out. Nice save that time by Rodoni, who had plenty of time to watch that one come in. Under 30 seconds, shot clock is off. Navy's got possession. They'll throw it down to Irwin. Irwin will catch up to it and hand it off to Black. Under 10 seconds. Foul called. 5.8 now on the clock. Up top shot and a save is a rush shot from Heller. And that's going to close out the half. Navy with a interesting mid-second quarter. Not sure what's going on here after the horn. I think some guys didn't realize it was over. We'll get a yellow card here. Looks like it's going to go against number 9, Lanzitas. And they're still going at it in the pool. Lanzitas still mixing it up with Navy players as Navy was trying to exit. As both teams switch, the swimmers will go to the corner that their team is headed. And Lanzitas was clearly mixing it up still with the Navy mids. It's over now. Lanzitas picks up a yellow. We'll take a break. 5-minute halftime coming up. Navy will talk things over with the lead. 12-5 on our production of Navy men's water polo. Welcome back to Lejeune Hall here on the campus of the Naval Academy. Water polo action at halftime. Navy's got A strong lead, 12-5 over Gannon, though it was 11-1 at one point. Gannon has chipped into that late in the second quarter. Navy being led so far by Maddox Gary, the freshman out of Oceanside, California. He's got 3 goals, 2 each for Kiefer Black and Austin Kahn, and a goal for Irwin, Sekulik, Seahold, also Mai Prasansak, and Zek. And in goal, Jack Rodoni has been doing pretty darn well. Navy beat Salem 13-9 earlier today. They'll wrap things up later tonight on day 1 of this event with Mount St. Mary's at 6 o'clock and 2 matches to follow. We'll take another quick break, get you ready for second half action. You're watching Navy Water Polo here on Navy Athletics.
Navy Exchange Service Command is with you throughout your military journey, providing the best prices on brands you love, all tax-free, taking care of you with at-ease hospitality, supplying sailors at sea with comforts and essentials, ensuring access to technology, connecting you to family and friends, supporting all who wear the uniform, past, present, and future. NEXCOM, our mission is you.
Welcome back, and we are underway. Second half action here at Lejeune Hall between Gannon and the Naval Academy. And the sprint is won by Gannon for the first time today, and then immediately stolen away as Black gets his hand on it. It's a mini breakout. 2-on-1 with a trailing defender coming in. Black in front, rises up, shoots and scores. Black has the hat trick on the steal and score. And Navy quick to respond despite losing the sprint. They're out to a 13-5 lead. Black did a really nice job of using his long arms to get in the way of that pass and immediately sprinted out. And he had Lanzitas, who picked up a yellow at the end of the half there, trailing on the play, enough to give Black time to rise up and find the corner. Gannon, in the meantime, into the corner with the ball. Trying to get Lanzitas back in here, but the possession clock down to 5 seconds. Navy didn't like the call there. That deflects out. Doesn't matter, the shot clock has expired as it did not hit the cage. And so Navy will get it back. Much like in other sports, shot clock resets when it's on target or the goalie has to make a save. Pass in front. Navy is, I think, pick up an exclusion here. No, Navy's going to pick up the foul. No. Wait, hold on. Poor indicators from our officials. We're going to get a penalty shot instead as Kiefer Black, penalized near the goal, will get the shot. So Kiefer Black with an opportunity at goal number 4 in the second of this quarter, of course. And got the exclusion and the penalty here. Cannot move forward, and he easily scores. Picks up his 4th goal. The Navy back up by 9, 14-5. Up front, Gannon swarmed, and a foul called on Navy as Farshong trying to do something with it. Not sure what officials wanted, something adjusted. They finally get it in the corner and allow Gannon to restart. Pass in front. Look at him coming off his line. Rodoni gets the steal. Didn't waste any time, didn't allow Gannon to turn around. Now cross pool and will draw an exclusion. Navy with the advantage and the exclusion now. Shot, goal from almost no angle. And Black is on a roll. He's got 5 goals, 3 of them coming in this quarter. He scored the last 3. And Navy now up double digits, 15-5. Second time today. And Black will be rewarded with a break along with a couple of his teammates here. As Navy will swap out 4 guys, I believe, or at least 3. Oh, no, they were bringing 1 in. He's told to come out. Back underway, Gannon, who found 3 in a row. Actually, Black stayed out there. Apologies. He's now all over Manzitas for Gannon. Gannon scored 3 in a row in the second quarter after Navy had gotten up 11-1. They outscored Navy 3-1 and finished the quarter. Manzitas is not appreciating the defense from Black, who steals it from behind. No, they're going to call an exclusion on Black. I thought he got that clean from behind. The officials felt otherwise. Third exclusion of the match for Navy. Gannon on the attack. They've scored the previous 2. That off the post, just missed. And the first chance they don't score on the extra man. Heller picks it up, throws it down pool to Garahy up ahead. Navy trying to go in a transition there, doesn't really get it. As Jack Clark with the opportunity. They cross to the far side of the pool. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Up top, room to work, shot, save. The shot coming from Sekulik. And a big save that time from Alvaro Marco, the co-captain of this Gannon squad. The cap coming off of Lanzitas, and then he turns it over, and you can just see the frustration from Lanzitas as now he's got to go find his cap. He's able to do so. In the meantime, Navy transitioning up pool. Lanzitas has donned his cap again, up ahead to Began. Began in front, rebound, put back. Navy finds the back of the net. It is Michael Heller, the senior, with his first goal of the game. 4.5 left to go here in the third. Navy with its biggest lead of the game, 16-5, starting to pull away. Navy won again earlier today against Salem, 13-9. Gannon defeated Johns Hopkins in a very high-scoring affair, 19-18. Looking at the schedule of what's coming up. Johns Hopkins was actually over against Mercyhurst a little bit earlier at the Scott Nanatorium. Salem and Biola will play here at Lejeune Hall in the match coming up, while McKendree and George Washington will play at Scott Nanatorium in the next set of matches. Shot, oh, nice save. Doney stayed with that one. The shot coming from distance from Freiburg. Rodoni getting time in cage in this second match, took full advantage. An exclusion in the middle of the pool is going against Navy. So another exclusion opportunity, man advantage for Gannon, as they have Dominique Demerit up top. He gets it, Demerit does. Harassed by Heller. Common foul called. 6 seconds left on the possession. And that'll be a turnover, and we'll go back to full. And Navy will have possession. 3:23 to play, 16-5, Navy the lead here in the third quarter. At Lejeune Hall, the campus of the Naval Academy. An exclusion now called on Gannon. That's been Navy's one to take advantage of, and they will do so here. Quickly, long distance shot from Sekulik, his second goal of the game, and Navy starting to walk away with it, 17-5. A couple of times Navy started to walk away, Gannon would respond. But Gannon starting to struggle here. 3:06 to play in the third. Gannon located out of Erie, Pennsylvania. In majority of the sports, they're a Division II institution. Of course, Navy here in Annapolis, Division I through and through. Really isn't a Division II in water. Well, there's no division in water polo. You certainly will see a difference in scheduling. Some of the smaller Division IIIs based institutions will play smaller schedules than the bigger D1s and D2s. But they all play for a national title together. Six seconds left on the possession clock for Navy. Shot just missed the near post from Matt Sarnsuk, I should say, out of Villa Park, California. .142 to play, and Gannon's shot missed on the far post. Another save from Rodoni. 90 seconds left to go, and Navy quickly down pool. Finds the back of the net. It is an easy one for Quinn Bartlett, the freshman out of Newport Beach, California. And Navy starting to absolutely just walk away, 19-5. Second quarter, you would have been forgiven to start to wonder if Gannon had figured things out. Outscored Navy 3-1 in the closing half of that quarter. Seemed to have some momentum and figured some things out. They were figuring maybe they had figured out some mind games. It did not work out, as Navy has flexed its muscle here in the third. And another turnover there as McNew will pick it up. Tiburon, California senior carries it down pool. Up top the snap. Snap to the corner. Now back up top to McNew. McNew shot, save. Marcos saw that one coming from quite a ways out. McNew is just going to hold on. More content with this lead to just waste clock, even here in the third. 10 seconds left on the possession clock. And a half-hearted shot there from Sarnsuk. Back to Gannon here as a foul called on McNew. A little gamesmanship from Gannon. I notice a lot of their caps are untied, making them a little bit easier to come off or look askew. As Bordet chases the ball on the near side, and on top it is McGarry who finds the back of the net for Gannon in their first goal of this half with 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Cuts the deficit. So Navy is still tripled up Gannon here as we finish out the third quarter. Navy in full control here, leading 18-6 after 3. Got 1 8-minute period left to go. Navy looking to close out their second win of the season and of the day here on Navy Athletics.
For more than 60 years, Maxar has partnered with governments and businesses to help them and billions of people like you and me explore space, connect humankind, and protect our planet and its people. As a trusted partner to the U.S. government, Maxar's satellites provide the intelligence the U.S. military needs to make critical decisions when minutes matter. Learn more at maxar.com.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action upcoming here in men's water polo action as Navy playing host to the Navy Open. 19 matches. Most of them taking place today at two different facilities, and Navy in their second match of the day has a commanding 18-6 lead on Gannon. I'm Dave McHugh here from Lejeune Hall on the campus of the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, on a busy weekend here at the Academy. Not only do you have all these teams here for the Navy Open, but you also have Parents Weekend, a football game going on at Navy Marine Corps. We've got a women's soccer match coming up later this weekend. We've got women's volleyball with its Kristen Dickman Invitational taking place this weekend. It's busy. But the focus here for the men's water polo team has been pretty strong, other than a few minutes here and there. In command, 18-6 here after three quarters. Gannon scored 3 in the second. Correction, they scored 4 in the second. As everybody gets positioned here to restart things. We're back underway for the sprint to start the quarter. Ball thrown in. Navy wins. They've won 3 of the 4 here today. And rather easily, I may add. So Navy goes back on the attack, looking to extend, and we'll draw a foul there. Goes against Dylan Shaw. Starting to see some more of the benches for both teams. Pass in front, intended for Alejandro Schmidt Corujo, who wasn't able to get to that. Long distance shot is missed. We actually have a goalie change for Navy. They now have Francis Hendrickson, the sophomore from Washington, D.C., in cage, as Jack Rodoni plays 3 and gives 3 quarters, gives up just 6 goals. Hendrickson, who played 1 quarter of action last season as well, as in front. Corojo cannot do anything with that. Corojo, one of those guys coming off the bench here in the fourth to see some action, and a little float shot there from Kotsar for Gannon does not fool Hendrickson. Hendrickson in his 8 minutes last season gave up 5 goals. I should say he played more than that. That's a quick look at some of the stats from last year. He wears 1D. And Navy's going to get called for something in front of the goal. And a little tip shot there will not count. Shot, save. And then off the head of one of the swimmers behind the cage. He's sitting there warming up with his teammate. Gets one off the noggin for his troubles. Well, we got a moment. A reminder, Navy Volleyball is hosting the Kristen Dickman Invitational all weekend. Join us tonight at Wesley Brown Fieldhouse as Navy wraps up the weekend with a match against Cornell. That's starting tonight at 7. Remember, fans, all home games for Navy Volleyball are free. You could see Gannon's coach telling his players to stop talking. He literally did the international zip it sign. Navy turned it over, and I believe may have shot off the crossbar for Dylan Shaw. Navy drew an exclusion on that offensive possession. That's what the turnover was. Back we go. Last 5 minutes of this one. Navy with the 18-6 lead, has not scored in a while, though. A lot of guys who don't see a lot of action, seeing some action today, as an exclusion called Exclusion called on Gannon, and I think Navy may have called timeout. Navy did, as Coach Nicolo talking to his guys. Navy fans, don't forget the online shopping experience offered by our partners Fanatics at NavySports.com. Just click on the shop tab and find all the latest Navy Under Armour apparel at great prices. The store is a great place to shop for yourself or the Navy fan in your family. Catch the latest Navy merchandise at NavySports.com. Dave McHugh, Matt McMahon alongside, pressing the buttons. Keeping us online today. You mentioned soccer. Women's soccer will be at Glen Warner this Sunday, September 8th, for another match as they take on VMI at 1 o'clock. The first 150 fans in attendance will receive a free Navy claw hair clip. It's coming up Sunday at 1 o'clock. Men's soccer will return to Glen Warner on Tuesday, September 10, as they'll take on George Washington. That will be a 7 o'clock kickoff. Be sure to stop by the concession stand for that one, as we'll be serving $2 hot dogs all game long. In addition, USNA parachute team will be jumping in to deliver the game ball pregame. That's Tuesday, September 10. I think I just jinxed it. I have a feeling now that we've mentioned that the parachute team will be there, conditions will not be right. Of course, fall weather starting to take hold of the region, though I think we got a little bit of another warm-up coming. So Glen Warner is always a great place for soccer action in the winter. Back underway here in water polo. Navy finds the back of the net. Goal scored from Garahy, his fourth. The assist coming from Mapra Sarnsuk. And Navy now up 19-6, so it took them over half this quarter to find a goal after their prowess in the third. Clearly used their main unit in the third quarter to put this match away. They're now using the reserve guys who are having their success too. That foul called on Carujo. The Western Florida native will be excluded for a while. He will swim through it, but he cannot participate. Well, his teammate's actually going to take the exclusion, it looks like. Under 4 to play here in the match. And now a stoppage. Yep, and they picked it up too. The wrong player in has been excluded. So they're going to have to send Rohu. I'll get that right eventually. Carojo will go in. And they will bring Snap out of the exclusion spot. I don't know if Snap thought he was just trying to do his teammate a favor or if he felt he actually was the one excluded. Because even after the officials told him 3 times, he's still not buying it. So the wrong player went out, and they're going to reset everything, including the clock. 4:11 will remain here in the quarter, 30-second on the shot clock, and they'll start over from here. A delay to a game that's well in hand for Navy, 19-6. Unlike the game we just watched prior to this one, Occidental and Mount St. Mary's went overtime. The Mount scoring 2 goals in the final 45 seconds to force overtime, but 3 goals in the first overtime period gave Oxy the easy 3-goal win. This has been anything but close. Nice shot from near range, though, as the goal will be scored by Nathaniel Kesselon as he skips it past Francis Hendrickson. First goal of the quarter. 19-7 now, the lead for the Mids. I'm sure psychologically they'd love to get 20 here if they can. Foul called on the far side. Navy restarts. Thrown in front. Opportunity off the post. Carujo tried to find the net there, and he found piping instead. In the meantime, Gannon breaking out. Nice save! Hendrickson, point blank, tells Bordet the light's no longer on. Shot near side. Navy can't find net. Nice save there along with the post. Clark with the save. He did make a goalie change, did Gannon. That is Hewson Morphy in cage. And he makes a nice save with help from the post. Quick up and down from both teams here. Foul called. Gannon will restart. 2:40 to play. 19-7 the lead for the Mids. Looking to go 2-0 to start the day and their season with 1 to play today against Mount St. Mary's and 2 more tomorrow. We'll have those 2 for you tomorrow against Biola starting early at, I think that's 9:15. I might make some calls and some arrangements, see if we can push that back to 10:30. I don't know. 9:15 start, and then we'll have a 3:30 match, I believe, for our finale. Not of the tournament, it'll be the penultimate match, but our finale here. Navy shoots with the clock expiring. Another big save as Clark now twice has been stymied, and Gannon wants to talk things over. It looks like he's calling for the short timeout. Doesn't really matter. It's a timeout with under 2 minutes to play in a 19-7 lead. The Naval Academy Athletic Association has released the Navy Sailing Collection, an exclusive line of apparel and accessories that is aimed at linking Annapolis as America's sailing capital and the Navy sailing. The line features polos, fleece quarter, zips, vests, jackets, hats, and a backpack. It's currently available online by visiting NavySailingCollection.com. For more information on Navy athletics and its 36 varsity sports programs, click on NavySports.com. I'm a bit of a sailing buff. I might have to check that collection out. Hope the wife's not listening because she's not going to want me to spend that kind of money. And I'm being that kind of money, meaning no T-shirts. Turnover at mid-pool. Another steal. A heck of an effort there from Mypra Sarnsuk. Long distance shot. It is a goal. Matt, the freshman, coming up huge. He gets the deflection of the goalie's attempt to pass it up, then fights off and gets another steal, and then goes for the long-distance shot and finds the back of the net for his second. Mypra Sarnsuk. Great effort there from the freshman. And Navy's got its 20th of the match. Lead by 13 with 1:40 to play. Don't forget, Gannon finds another goal. Matthew Bordet doubles checks that the light has been left on. In the meantime, we'll be back here web streaming on ESPN Plus later this evening for women's volleyball starting at 7 o'clock against Colgate. The Mids looking for their first win of the season. Not Colgate, sorry, Cornell. Colgate's the conference foe, will be later in the year. But they'll take on Cornell coming up later tonight at 7 o'clock. We'll have it from we'll have it from Wesley Brown Fieldhouse. Again on ESPN Plus. In front, cannot hold on to it, is Corujo. Gannon gets it back with under a minute to play in this one. Gannon will start the season 1-1 along with today after getting the win earlier today against Johns Hopkins. They'll take their first loss. Navy will go 2-0 here with a third coming up. Gannon will get the rest of the day off, by the way. Gannon will be back in action tomorrow when they take on Mount St. Mary's. That'll be over at Scott Natatorium here on the campus of the Naval Academy. Under 30 seconds here. Navy will just hold on to possession here. There is a 12-second difference between shot clock and game clock. So worst case, Gannon will get it back, but obviously there is no 12-point goals in the system. As Navy throws it back to Hendrickson, and now he'll toss it down pool. as the clock expires. 7.5 seconds left to go in this one. Navy led today by Kiefer Black. No surprise, a sophomore with 5 goals. 4 more came from Maddox Garahy. And a couple of freshmen with a couple brilliant goals today. Austin Kahn and Matt Maiprasansuk. And goals from Irwin, Siebold, Heller, Zeck, and Bartlett. Rounds out the 20 for Navy as they defeat Gannon 20-8 to start the day and the season 2-0. Again, Navy will play one more tonight at 6 o'clock. That's the schedule. I have a feeling it might be a little bit later than 6 o'clock here at Lejeune Hall. They will play host to Mount St. Mary's. We will be back in action here with Navy water polo starting tomorrow as Navy plays host to Biola. That is scheduled for a 9:15 start. And then we'll have Navy against Occidental. That'll be at 3:30. That's all tomorrow, September 8th, here on Navy's YouTube channel. And again, join us later tonight as Navy women's volleyball will wrap up their part of the Kristen Dickman Invitational against Cornell at the Wesley Brown Fieldhouse. That game starting at 7 o'clock. Of course, there's other matches tomorrow as well if you're a volleyball fan. We'll have that one, though, on ESPN+. For the entire production team, led by Matt McMahon, I'm Dave McHugh. Thanks for tuning in to Navy men's water polo. The win over Gannon, 20-7 here on Navy Athletics.